being reported that he has been given 6 weeks relief by the court.
That he has been given a 6-week relief, it would be at least for a fortnight that he would be lodged in the private hospital. He would be admitted at a private hospital in Mysuru is what we hear, and he would be undergoing a surgery, and this comes after numbness that he felt in his feet, which could also be related to his spine, is what we are told by the counsel while he was presenting his arguments at the Karnataka High Court. And this could be detrimental to his health is also something that C.V. Nagesh was arguing during the bail arguments that were presented at the court. And when any person can have the right to health, why not be accused as well? Was also another argument that was presented at the court. And this has been one of the statements that was taken to heart. And that is precisely why the court has also granted this interim bail for actor Darshan on medical grounds, what the court has observed, and it will be a 6-week relief, and he would be taken to a private hospital in Mysuru, and the details of the number of days of admission would be revealed after.
Now, Pratibha, during the hearing, the court suggested to the petitioner that a second opinion by doctors could be done at a government hospital in Bengaluru instead of seeking a report from a private hospital. Will he see, Darshan taking any guidance from the government hospital doctors, or will he exactly go to the Mysuru hospital that he wanted to?
So these are part of the objections that were filed by the prosecution. Yes, they did mention that there weren't any specifics that were mentioned in the report that was presented. Why a private hospital? Why not take a second opinion from medical experts of the government hospital, whether this really necessitates the surgery or not? And the third argument by the prosecution was that why not undergo surgery in a government hospital? Now, all of this was counter-argued by the defense, claiming that these were doctors well known to Darshan, who also knew his medical history. And the second objection, counter-argument, was that this would be funded by actor Darshan himself, and he would not really rely on any other person. And when he has the right to health and when he has the money to fend for himself, why not undergo the surgery? These were the vociferous arguments that were presented at the Karnataka High Court. And finally, yes, the court has granted and swayed towards the defense's release. And we have to wait to see the kind of admission process and other details that will emerge once he's taken to that private hospital in Mysore.
Absolutely, Pratibha. 6-week relief for Kannada actor Darshan in Renukaswamy murder case. Interim bail by Karnataka High Court on medical grounds. That is the latest that we are tracking here at NDTV on this story. Now, NDTV speaks to jewelers on the auspicious occasion of Dhanteras who believe strong sales continue as customers like to come personally and choose jewellery themselves despite the quick commerce and e-commerce trend emerging. My colleague Sakshi Bajaj has more details.
You can see the traffic, the crowds really increasing here. We are in New Delhi's GK1 M Block market, and you can see while we have been speaking to jewelry store owners and we've been getting you the reactions there from consumers as well as what retail store owners have to say, now you can really see the festive spirit in the markets. You can see that people are here on Dhanteras, which is considered very auspicious, to not only buy gold and silver but also to buy diyas, to buy lots of items really to decorate their house ahead of Diwali for the festive season. Remember, it is Diwali soon, and you can really see the color. And we'll just speak to some customers and ask them what are they buying. So what are you buying this Dhanteras, and what are you buying for Diwali as well?
So for Dhanteras, I picked up some household things like kadhai and a frying pan, and I picked up one atta gunne wala parat, which is I think very auspicious.
Right.
So something in metal that said that you have to buy for the household. Right. So that I bought because gold is reaching the high sky, so can't afford that. Right. And for Diwali, I always traditionally buy these big diyas जो सारी रात जलते हैं. And this time Diwali being divided on 2 days, so I picked up a little bit more that I want all 3 days की Diwali पे दिया बड़ा वाला जले. And few other things, there's a chokhat and there's a ghar wala 4 diyas and all just these
Absolutely. So like you heard, many saying that look, gold and silver prices are at a record high. So you know what, we are going to buy other items, we're going to buy diyas. Given the fact that it is at least a 3-day festive spirit here now, we're also going to speak to some others ahead of Diwali on what they are buying. Hello ma'am, what are you buying ahead of Diwali?
I'm bringing Ganesh ji and Lakshmi ji home.
Right.
Not much, just basic diyas.
And what do you have to say about the quick commerce and e-commerce, momentum really at large picking up?
About that right now.
You don't want to talk about that. You're here to personally see what you
It's
want.
really amazing to
we
be
actually
shopping and doing all these things, but the traffic is so bad and the congestions are really horrible. But yeah, we want to decorate our houses and make everything look so beautiful and expansive. So a little bit of hassle in the travel, but the things here are beautiful and I think it's really nice.
Right, so hassle in the travel as you heard, but of course the festive spirit and the products in the markets, like you heard customers say, very, very beautiful. They want to come here, buy a lot of these things, look at them personally themselves to decorate their homes, and not just homes really. Remember, Dhanteras is considered very auspicious to, of course, buy the precious metals, gold and silver, and despite prices hitting a record high, despite the quick commerce and e-commerce trend coming in, you will hear voices really from retail stores and retail store owners telling us that look, we are witnessing similar trends to last year, and really the record high prices then don't seem to dent sentiment anytime soon. You can see the festive rush really at large, and of course you can see that many are here. Look at the mehndi designs also being displayed just ahead of Diwali, so that really also taking center stage on Dhanteras and just ahead of Diwali. So what are you buying? What are you both buying this Diwali?
For Rangolis.
Rangolis, right. So Rangolis really, diyas to decorate the homes also taking center stage, as you can see in the market here. And of course, as far as retail store owners are concerned, they believe that look, a lot of customers want to come personally and choose what they want, whether it is jewelry or whether, as we can see in the markets, it is what they want to decorate their homes. Hello and welcome. Wishing all our viewers a very happy Dhanteras and a very happy Diwali. Festive greetings really to all our viewers. And of course, to really decode the rush we are seeing on ground, the festive rush, we're joined by Harshish and Ashwin from Ultimate Diamonds. Thank you so much for your time. First, Harshish, to you, what are the festive trends we are seeing this Dhanteras and how is it different to what you witnessed last year?
I think gold is working well. All the gold coins, the silver coins, mostly gold and gold jewelry. I think because of the gold rate going only in one direction, I think the customer confidence is going up in gold. So
customer confidence, you believe, is going up, but many are, sort of saying that look, maybe the high prices could dent sentiment, and maybe therefore some consumers are looking at more personalized options. So, do you agree, Ashwin?
Yeah, a lot of people are wearing a lot of these lightweight jewelry that is really coming up because it's very comfortable for everyday wear. Like a lot of people just come and they want this everyday workwear jewelry. So the lightweight stuff is back, and gold jewelry in general is trending a lot. And people are feeling that today maybe they're buying gold at 80,000, tomorrow it is appreciating a little more. So, it's just a very comfortable investment for them right now.
All right, so you're saying, so therefore they are looking at this, optimistically, but if we have to look at the quick commerce and e-commerce trend that is really emerging, with coins being delivered within minutes now to your residence, how do you think that trend is impacting all of you at the retail stores this Dhanteras?
it's always been a very, the customers they're very conscious of where they're buying from and who they're buying from. I don't think it is, of course, it's going to impact. All the new e-commerce things will impact, but I'm still sure there's a lot of people who want to buy from you.
Yeah, jewelry is a lot about trust. So, people want to go to their trustworthy jeweler and go and pick it up from them. It's always there that they feel that, oh, we know you and we can pick it up from you. So that trust level always works with jewelry.
Yeah. Return it to the same person. It's
Right.
Always like that.
Right, so as they said that look, in India, jewelry really has been about, traditionally going to your family jeweler. Of course, this is not just the festive season, it's also, remember, now turning into the wedding season. And so therefore these personalized trends, as you heard, are emerging. You can of course see crowds at the retail stores, each one really looking at something personalized and something they really want on this auspicious occasion of Dhanteras. With camera person Kanan Patra, Sakshi Bajaj for NDTV.
And that's a wrap on this news edition. My colleague Divya Vadva joins you next.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
reached an agreement on patrolling. We have gone back to where the situation was in 2020, and we can say with that the disengagement process with China, you can say, has been completed. The understanding, to my knowledge, is that we will be able to do the patrolling which we were doing in 2020.
NDTV proudly upholds its legacy of trust and credibility. According to the prestigious Reuters Institute's Digital News Report 2024, NDTV is the top-most news platform in the country. Number 1 in both online and offline reach in India. Beating all its competition, NDTV stands for trust.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day. Hello and welcome to India Sense, where I speak with global opinion makers.
The United States has made a strategic decision over the last 20 years to move closer to India.
So a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number.
If you want to be a national party, it's that you sort of accept the way the world is rather than want to endlessly hark back to how it was.
Modi is promoting the digitization of the economy, which is accelerating growth in the country.
I now request the Honorable Prime Minister to launch NDTV World and address the summit.
It was the grand launch of NDTV World by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. NDTV World, as he laid out his vision for the India century at the NDTV World Summit.
ऐसी सदी जिसमें भारत के प्रयासों से दुनिया में स्थिरता आए.
In the presence of those who are shaping our future.
मेरी तरफ से आपको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं.
NDTV.
Karnataka High Court grants bail to actor Darshan on medical grounds. Tree-felling controversy over Kannada film star's movie. It's a Karnataka Environment Minister who has accused Hindustan Machine Tools of illegally cutting down hundreds of trees during the filming of a movie called Toxic, which stars actor Yash. In the Maharashtra mandate, nominations are over, but the uncertainty lingers. The deadline for filing nomination got over yesterday, but there are 7 seats which haven't been announced yet, 4 of which are with Mahayuti and 3 with Mahavikas Aghadi. In very tragic news coming in, 4 elephants have died at a high-profile tiger reserve in Madhya Pradesh. The death is likely due to infected crops. And digital arrest fraud high-level committee has been formed, and it is a digital arrest victim who's spoken to NDTV talking about the red flags and how to avoid such scams. And Ayodhya's first Deepotsav after the Ram temple opening. Large-scale preparations for the 8th edition in Ayodhya is underway. This will be the first celebration in Ayodhya since the consecration of the ceremony of the Ram temple, which was held in January this year. A
Very good morning. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Vadla. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including breaking news coming in at the moment. A bail has been granted to actor Darshan. The Karnataka High Court has granted interim bail to the actor on medical grounds. Darshan is in jail on murder charges, and during the hearing, the court suggested to the petitioner that a second opinion by doctors could be done at a government hospital in Bengaluru instead of seeking a report from a private hospital. The petitioner need not be admitted only to a Mysore hospital as sought by the actor. Pratibha joining us on the phone line to get us more on this. Pratibha, breaking news coming in of the actor getting bail on medical grounds.
That's right. In fact, the arguments that were presented at the court involved a medical report that suggested that he has been feeling numbness in the spine as well as the legs, which necessitates an immediate surgery, and that he needs to be taken to a private hospital in Mysore. These were heavily objected by the prosecution. This mentioned that there were no specifics that were mentioned in the report in terms of the number of days that were required for admission, and that there needs to be a second opinion that needs to be taken by medical experts, and also suggested that this can be done in a government hospital instead of a private hospital. The counter-arguments that were presented spoke about how Darshan will be able to fund his own medical treatment, and that these are doctors that know his medical history as well. He will be taken to a private hospital in Mysuru for the treatment. Interim relief that has been granted after the arguments that were presented, which suggests that he would be granted relief for a period of 6 weeks.
Right, Pratibha, also take us through the actor who has been in jail for allegedly torturing and murdering one of his fans, for allegedly sending obscene messages to his co-actor Pavitra Gowda. Take us through the details of that case. Since when has he been in jail?
It was in the month of June that he was arrested on murder charges. This involves one of his touted sons, Renukaswamy, and this was also in collusion with his close confidant as well as friend, Pavitra Gowda. He and several others were involved in this case, is what was alleged, and they had been lodged in the Bengaluru prison from June to August. But in the month of August, there was VIP treatment allegations that surfaced from the Bengaluru prison that spoke about how Darshan enjoyed this VIP treatment, and this had prompted jail authorities to shift him from the Bengaluru prison to the Bellary prison. He and several others as well. However, Pavitra Gowda has been lodged in the Bengaluru prison. And with this interim release that is being granted, we will be seeing Darshan walking out of the Bellary prison, and he would be shifted to the Mysuru private hospital there. In terms of the admission, the number of days that it would be required, all of those details are yet to emerge, and we'll get to pick up reactions from Darshan's family as well.
Right, the 47-year-old actor who had sought bail on grounds that he was experiencing numbness in both feet and needed to undergo surgery. So those are the grounds, Pratibha, on which he has been granted bail. How long will he be out on bail?
This is a period of 6 weeks in terms of the interim bail that is being granted to actor Darshan. But in terms of the admission, the details of the number of days that it would be required for him to be treated at the hospital, also the number of days for his recovery as well as recuperation, these are some of the details that are yet to emerge. But as far as the report goes, this definitely necessitates an impending surgery is what we know, and that he would be shifted to the Mysuru private hospital. And also, this is a 6-week interim release. He will be heading back to the Bellary prison once the 6-week period is over. This is definitely a temporary release for actor Darshan.
Right, thank you so much, Pratibha, for getting us those details. As Darshan, the actor, will have to surrender his passport, and he'll have to furnish details of his treatment at the hospital of his choice within 7 days, but he will be out on bail for 6 weeks. Switching tracks now, Karnataka Environment Minister has accused Hindustan Machine Tools of illegally cutting down hundreds of trees on forest land during the filming of a movie called Toxic, which stars actor Yash. Now, these are the allegations that have been made by the Environment Minister after he visited the site on Tuesday and reviewing satellite images that purportedly show the extent of deforestation. So, hundreds of trees have been illegally cut down for the filming of this particular film, are the allegations that are being made against the filmmakers. So the Environment Minister, he had directed forest officials to take immediate legal action against those responsible for the felling of trees. This incident comes amid ongoing tensions when it comes to the Union Minister for Heavy Industries and Steel. This is H.D. Kumaraswamy, who has accused the state government of engaging in politics of vendetta following his announcement to revive HMT. So hundreds of trees, this is the allegation that is being made by the Environment Minister during the filming of a movie called Toxic, which stars actor Yash. This is the allegation that is being made, and of course the Environment Minister, taking stock of the situation, he went to the area, inspected the area, also took a view of the satellite images that showed the extent of deforestation. So now action will be taken, and that is what he has directed his forest officials to take immediate action against those responsible for the felling of trees. In other news, the deadline as far as the filing of nominations in the state of Maharashtra that goes to polls on the 20th of November in a single phase is over. But there's still no clarity on 7 seats. The ruling alliance of the BJP, Shiv Sena of Eknath Shinde and NCP of Ajit Pawar is yet to announce the names of candidates for 4 seats. On the other side, we have Maha Vikas Aghadi, which consists of the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena, Sharad Pawar faction of the NCP and the Congress, that haven't announced their candidates for 3 seats. As of now, the BJP has fielded 152 candidates, Ajit Pawar's faction of NCP 52 and Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena 80. This includes the seats that they have given to smaller allies, 4 in the case of the BJP and 2 for Shiv Sena. In the Maha Vikas Aghadi, the Congress has fielded 102 candidates. Uddhav Thackeray's faction of the Shiv Sena has 96 seats and Sharad Pawar has 87 seats. So uncertainty lingers as far as the announcement of those 7 seats are concerned. There still seems to be some sort of dispute over those seats, which is why a decision is yet to be made. From our sources, what we are really hearing at the moment is that this decision could be taken in a matter of a day or 2. And we're not expecting the decision to come about very, very soon. But of course, it has to come about just in time as, Maharashtra goes to elections, and it's less than 3 weeks from now. And Maharashtra will be fighting elections in a single phase. Voting will take place on the 20th and counting will take place on the 23rd. So this unprecedented situation that follows week of a tussle as far as both sides are concerned, and we have Radhika joining us to get us more on this. Radhika, what seems to be, the delay? I mean, the last day of filing nominations has even, that deadline is up, and yet there seems to be this sort of uncertainty that lingers.
Absolutely, uncertainty over seats still linger. In fact, no seat sharing formula, no final seat sharing formula have been arrived at as far as both Mahayuti and MVA camps are concerned. And we are talking about at least about 80 to 100 seats that are still uncertain, in the sense that there have been rebellions in at least about 80 to 100 seats in both Mahayuti as well as MVA combined, which means there are many seats in which multiple leaders from the same alliance have chosen to file their candidature, and several of the seats in which they have decided to fight as independent, as they felt rejected, as they did not get their acceptance from their party. So this is unprecedented. Of course, this does happen during elections, but considering the political landscape in Maharashtra, considering the fact that from 4 parties, there are 6 parties in fray, and they're all unlikely alliances that we are talking about. All of them who came into being in the last few years. So as a result of it, there is a lot of chaos and confusion. Many people vying for the same seat. And if you have to take examples within Mahayuti, we have Mumba Devi seat, where of course Shaina NC is the candidate as far as Sena is concerned, but there is a BJP person who has filed as an independent there. Then you have the Mankhurd seat, where Nawab Malik has filed his candidature in the last minute as the NCP candidate. However, there is Shiv Sena also vying for that particular seat. Similarly, even within MVA, be it Baikala or Dharavi, there are those leaders who decided to contest as independent as a result of them not getting acceptance from their party to become the candidate. So it's going to be a mammoth Herculean task for the leadership to convince many of these candidates to withdraw from the fray. That is what will happen in the next few days. Hard negotiations will take place, multiple discussions will happen, and the leaders, the alliance parties will have to convince many of these candidates to sort of withdraw from the fray. How that will happen and what kind of convincing tactic can be used, what will many of these disappointed or distraught leaders get in return, all of that will be discussed, and based on that is when this withdrawal will happen. We know for a fact that deadline for withdrawal of candidature is on November 4, by which time perhaps there will be some sort of clarity on the exact number of the formula as well as the exact candidates who are in the fray for many of these seats.
Right, Radhika, stay with us for our next story coming out of Mumbai, and that is a fresh threat to actor Salman Khan. He has got a death threat yet again, in which a demand of 2 crore rupees was made. Radhika, after a death threat that came about by a vegetable seller, followed by a similar threat that was made by a carpenter who was caught in Noida. He had made death threats not only to actor Salman Khan, the carpenter had also made death threats to Baba Siddiqui's son. Take us through this latest death threat that the Mumbai Traffic Police Control has received.
That's right, latest threat in connection to actor Salman Khan, once again received by Mumbai Police Traffic Control Room. An individual has sent a message saying he needs 2 crore rupees or Salman Khan's life is under threat. Similar messages in the past as well. We know for a fact that a vegetable seller was in fact arrested from Jamshedpur just a couple of weeks back. He had also sent a message asking for rupees 5 crore in return for Salman Khan's life. So a lot of mischief messages and mongering, doing the rounds, especially after Baba Siddiqui murder and the number of threats that Salman Khan in any case received from Lawrence Bishnoi and the firing that happened outside his house. Recently, another man from Noida was also arrested after he sent threat messages in connection to actor Salman Khan as well as Zishan Siddiqui. So Mumbai police at this point, taking none of these threats lightly. They are on alert, which is why they immediately registering the FIR. This case has been registered in Worli police station, and taking them to task as well, and also arresting many of these individuals who are sending these threat messages. So clearly police on alert, but many of these messages being taken seriously. However, looks like these are all mischief mongers.
Right, thank you so much, Radhika, for getting us all those details. Switching tracks now to actor Darshan, who was arrested for allegedly torturing and murdering one of his fans for sending obscene messages to his friend and co-actor Pavitra Gowda, was granted interim bail by the Karnataka court. This is the 47-year-old actor who had sought bail on the grounds that he was experiencing numbness in both feet and therefore needed to undergo surgery. Darshan will have to surrender his passport and will have to furnish details of his treatment at the hospital of his choice within a matter of 7 days, but he will be out on bail for a matter of 6 weeks. That is the bail time that he has been granted by the Karnataka High Court on medical grounds. Do remember that the actor has been seeking bail. He has been experiencing numbness. That is what the actor has been claiming in both his feet, and which is why he feels that the treatment ahead would require surgery. Now, the actor has been granted bail and he will go in for that treatment. However, he will have to provide details of that treatment at the hospital of his choice within a matter of 7 days, and thereafter the treatment, once it's completed and after he gets adequate amount of rest, he will have to come back to jail for the offence that was committed. Do remember, the actor has been in jail for months now. He was arrested for allegedly torturing and murdering one of his fans for sending messages to his co-actor Pavitra Gowda, and this is a case that dates back to June. The hunt was on for the actor, who was absconding at the time, And now the actor has got interim bail from the Karnataka High Court on medical grounds. The actor had said that he had been experiencing an issue with his feet. There was numbness in his feet, which is why he said that he might have to undergo surgery in order to fix that issue, and which is why the Karnataka High Court decided to grant bail to the actor in the crime that he has committed. Do remember that he has been in jail since the month of June. We have Pratibha joining us on the phone line to get us more on this. Pratibha, get us details of the case and, you know, the fact that the actor has now been given bail. He is allowed to take treatment from a hospital of his choice.
Well, this is an interim bail that has been granted to actor Darshan. This is for a period of 6 weeks, which is on medical grounds. So the counsel representing Mr. Darshan has presented the medical report talking about how Darshan has been feeling numbness on his feet, as well as there have been problems related to his spine which necessitates a surgery. And he needs to be taken to a private hospital in Mysuru. This has been the report that was presented, which was heavily argued by the prosecution. The prosecution did suggest that there need to be medical experts who need to give a second opinion on this. And he also suggested that there needs to be a surgery that needs to be done at the government hospital and not at the private hospital. But all of this was counter-argued by C.V. Nagesh, the counsel representing Darshan, who said that these doctors already know his medical history and that Darshan would be able to fund his own treatment, and the accused also has equal rights to his health. And based on this, 6 weeks of interim relief that has been granted to actor Darshan, who would be walking out of Bellary prison, and he would be getting himself admitted at a private hospital in Mysore. Now, how long is this admission? What is the seriousness of the surgery? The details are yet to emerge, but definitely a temporary relief for Darshan ever since his arrest in the month of June for the alleged murder of his touted fan, Renukaswamy.
Right. Of course, this is in regard to a case in which the body of Renukaswamy was found on in the month of June. Of course, a case that has the actor, he has been serving time since then. The bail was granted to the actor. And from what we are hearing, Pratibha, is that he might have to undergo spine surgery.
That's right. Numbness in his feet, which could lead to problems in his spine, and that is what necessitates a surgery, the details of which are yet to emerge. But as far as his medical treatment goes, this needs to be a surgery that needs to be done at a private hospital in Mysuru, where the doctors have already presented the report, and the report which was submitted at the Karnataka High Court. A vociferous set of arguments that were presented by both the prosecution as well as the defense. The defense counsel, Mr. C.V. Nagesh, arguing for actor Darshan, spoke about how
the accused, when he can fund his own treatment, when he has problems that could be detrimental to his health if ignored, also has the right to health, and why ignore this? This was the statement that was presented at the court by C.V. Nagesh, and the court had reserved its orders yesterday when the arguments were presented. Today at around 10:30 is when the orders were presented, and the Karnataka High Court has granted a 6-week relief. Now, within the span of 6 weeks, he needs to head to the hospital, get himself admitted, and also undergo the surgery. Would that be possible or not is still a question, because we are yet to get the details of his admission and the process that it would take. We are yet to get statements from Darshan's family as well as far as the surgery goes. But in the meantime, definite temporary relief for Darshan ever since his arrest in the month of June. It was in August that there were allegations of VIP treatment that was meted out to Darshan, and this prompted jail authorities to shift him from Bengaluru prison to the Bellary prison, and now he would be walking out of Bellary prison, although for a temporary period of time. Back to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for joining us with those details. Switching tracks now, after the Prime Minister raised concerns over digital arrest fraud while addressing the nation in his Mann Ki Baat on the 27th of this month, the government has now formed a high-level committee in order to deal with this issue. The government acts after multiple instances of digital arrests. Now, high-level committee has been formed by the government, and senior officials from the Home Ministry are part of the committee. And to get more on this, we have my colleague Aishwarya joining us. Aishwarya, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs has formed this high-level committee in order to investigate digital arrest frauds. Take us through the details.
Well, Special Secretary on Internal Security will be heading this high-level committee, which has been formed under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Senior officials from different departments of the MHA, including IB, IPOC, Internal Security will be part of it. And remember, it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who made people aware about the digital arrest and cyber fraud incidents in his recently conducted Mann Ki Baat. Remember, Prime Minister stated that there could be no agency which can inquire over the phone call or a video call, and therefore the reason people should be aware of it. We have been told that MHA Internal Security Secretary will be monitoring this committee, and there would be special campaign that will be also run to get people aware about the incidents of the digital arrest. Remember, there has been already a wing of Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA, which is I4C, and that will be investigating the entire incidents of digital arrest case by case.
Right, Aishwarya, over 6,000 complaints for digital arrest cases have been made so far. We're talking about over 100 crore rupees have been lost of innocent people to these scammers.
Well, certainly, as far as the I4C is concerned, the MHA wing who have investigated into different digital arrest cyber frauds, there have been scammers which have been arrested so far. They have been identified, and there have been several actions that have been taken as far as the Ministry of Home Affairs is concerned to disconnect such people, to also identify the IMEI number, to certainly getting all those information about these fraudsters. And there's been arrests also that has been made in past, and therefore the reason perhaps now when Prime Minister stated that there should be the people who should be aware about the digital fraud, we have been told that an all-important high-level committee had been also formed now.
Of course, there are steps that the Prime Minister had also spoken about, the tips in order to, identify these scammers and the red flags that one really needs to look out for. We spoke to a person who has had to face these scammers and has been a victim of a digital arrest. Let's just listen in to what she had to say. Prime Minister Modi raised concerns over digital arrest fraud while addressing the nation in Mann Ki Baat on the 27th of this month. He warned Indians against the emerging online fraud known as digital arrest, where several people are reportedly being scammed out of millions of rupees by fraudsters. Radhika.
That's right. In fact, this is a scam, Divya, that involves scammers impersonating government officials, especially from law enforcement departments. They contact their victims through phone calls or WhatsApp, Skype, mostly pretending to be either cops or officials from the customs department, and then victims are generally shown a police station-like setup. The target is accused of illegal activity, which the scammers say has led to person's arrest. So certainly very, very frightening. Thousands of people, Divya, have fallen victim to such scammers, though there is nothing called digital arrest in law. As for more on this, let's go to Vani Gupta, who is a digital arrest victim. She will tell us what exactly she went through. Thank you, Vani, for joining us on this important discussion. Shocking what has happened to you. Take us through what exactly was told to you. How did these impersonators manage to escalate fear in you? How unnerving was this experience? Can you describe in detail what exactly really transpired?
Right. It happened to me exactly as Prime Minister Modi described on Mann Ki Baat, which is I got a call. The guy on the other side said he's calling from DHL and that there is this package. And the fact that this package is going from Bombay to Beijing, and that I've been involved in some money laundering scam. And I completely believed it because it all looked extremely genuine. And I was transferred from the so-called DHL to police to CBI to ED. And it went on like that. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. But the important thing to note is that this digital arrest that happened to me is exactly as it's being described now in the papers. I'm reading more about it. They put the fear of God in you. They show you all kinds of documents which look absolutely genuine. There are different men. There are it's all on Microsoft Skype. The IDs keep changing on Microsoft Skype. Different men keep coming, posing as different officials. There was a document that I was shown, which was signed by Barun Mitra. They keep telling you that everything is on record and everything is being uploaded on this. We're watching every hour of your life, and that's how it played out. Now, I want to tell you, it's one thing to be scammed by the scamsters, because scamsters are designed to scam. But what is really, really upsetting me, the reason why I'm getting emotional is not because of what happened to me. The reason why I'm so upset is because I feel scammed by the banks. My account was with HDFC. I went and made RTGS transfers from HDFC. All of the while, I was on Microsoft Skype video while I was at HDFC. And nobody asked me as to why my bank balance is suddenly looking so bloated. Nobody asked me, why are you making these huge transfers? Nobody from the bank alerted me to the fact that these kinds of scams now are so prevalent. Dear ma'am, please sit down. You're looking so panicked. You're looking so distressed. These kind of scams have become extremely prevalent. This is what the modus operandi is. Is this what has happened to you? If this has, let us tell you it's a scam. Nobody at the bank told me this. And I was happily allowed to make these huge RTGS transfers. The money went into ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank, this was apparently a doodwala and who has never seen more than 1,000 rupees in his bank account, apparently. And suddenly the bank balance in that bank account became 100,000x. It's not a multiple of 2, not a multiple of 3, but I'm talking about 100,000. Now, there is no automated alarm system. There is no red flagging system. Suppose the government knows that I make, let's say, 5 lakh rupees a month, 4 lakh rupees a month. If suddenly 10,000 rupees, 10,000 crores is deposited into my account, is the bank not expected to check, hey, Vani, where did you land up this 10,000 crores from? Could this be criminal money? Should the bank not be calling me? Should my account not be frozen right then and there? Why does that not happen? Does RBI not care? Do the banks not care? The banks don't care because this is savings account. This is a savings account. If it were a credit card transaction, if you spend 50,000 rupees on your credit card, you immediately get a call from the bank. But you can transfer a very, very large amount into suspect accounts that have never seen this kind of money. Nobody from the bank cares. All of my money went into Federal Bank. It all went into one single branch of Federal Bank. There are only a handful of these scamsters. It is also clearly established that all of them are trading crypto on Binance, the cryptocurrency platform. And that money has gone into Binance. How is it that we are allowing platforms like Binance to operate in this country, when we know that all of the criminal proceeds immediately go into Binance because the money becomes irretrievable over there? It is all traded anonymously. Now, I have gotten to know this because I have it's really ironical that I have been sued by the scammers and been told that I have colluded to scam them of money. So you see, it's all very complex. It's absolutely laughable. And I am amazed that RBI allows this to happen. Why are banks not held accountable? If banks were held accountable, then all of the cybercrime could come to a naught. If Microsoft Skype were held accountable, 2 months later, I have not heard from Microsoft Skype. They are not able to, it's not that they're not able to, they don't want to trace the locations of the IDs that were used to scam me. Why is that? Why is that? Why is the government not putting them, behind bars and asking them, hey, are you not going to cooperate in criminal investigation? Are we so insecure about our relationship with the US that we will allow the likes of a Microsoft to scam ordinary tax-paying citizens like us and not cooperate in police investigation? There is no reply from Microsoft Skype as yet. And why are platforms like Binance allowed to operate when we know that all of the criminal money is landing up on Binance?
Switching tracks now to 4 wild elephants, 3 females and 1 male they were found dead in the core jungle area of Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh on Tuesday. This herd was reportedly this herd was consisting of 13 elephants, out of which 4 have died, 5 are unwell and 4 are found to be okay. The entire area is being combed for all sort of possibilities.
It was a herd of 13 elephants, and the sources in the forest department, they're saying it's a case of suspected poisoning because a few days back they destroyed the crops in and around the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, and they fear that the farmers use pesticide on their crops, and after eating these crops, 4 of the elephants they have died, and again 5 are under treatment. Veterinary doctors from Jabalpur and Bhopal are treating them. They're trying their level best, and parallelly a team of Tiger Strike Force and the forest officials from Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, they are trying to ascertain. If I can tell you, on afternoon of 29th, a patrol team, they found during a regular patrol that elephants were dead in RF 384 and PF 183A of Salkhania beat of Khitoli and Pator, which comes under the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve core area. And after reporting the incident, the area was combed with teams, and 5 more elephants found laying on the ground in unwell condition. And a medical team of wildlife health officers and wildlife veterinary doctors from Bandhavgarh, Sanjay and School of Wildlife Forensic and Health Sciences, Jabalpur, are treating the wild elephants there in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. And as I said, they are trying to ascertain the cause of death. As I said, the sources in the forest department, they are suspecting poisoning.
Right, and let's just get you a sense of how the festival of Dhanteras was celebrated in the national capital. My colleague Sakshi gets us the very latest as to what is really driving the buyers, even though the prices are up by 30% of gold.
We have seen gold and silver prices at an all-time high. We have seen almost over a 30% uptick in the prices of precious metals, in particular as far as gold is concerned. We are at GK1 New Delhi to really get you the trends this Dhanteras. And remember, this time jewelry stores are competing with quick commerce, e-commerce players at large, and they're also battling all-time high prices. Well, to decode the trend really that we are witnessing this time, I'm joined by Simran Singh from Arts and Jewels. Simran, thank you for your time. For our viewers to understand, what really are the trends we are seeing this time? What is really witnessing an uptick in sales? And overall, how is the mood compared to last Dhanteras?
So basically now people are preferring silver with gold plating jewelry for weddings and all, instead of gold, because obviously gold prices are high. So we are doing well in that, and then coin sales are always good in Dhanteras.
So would you say that coin sales are sort of in line with what you have seen in the previous years? Or because of quick commerce, e-commerce, as well as silver prices also spiking at an all-time high?
We would say silver price is not of a major this thing, because every Diwali it happens, silver tend to rise, even gold. But yeah, because of e-commerce we do have faced some setbacks, because now we don't get bulk offers as we used to. But yeah, it's going well.
Okay. So you're saying that there's a shift because of e-commerce players and quick commerce players really, and that competition is really impacting retail stores. However, what they are saying is that, look, coins as a forming a huge trend, especially on Dhanteras. Remember, it is considered auspicious to buy gold, silver. Many, of course, also, buy diyas and coins in particular on this auspicious day for, of course, wealth and prosperity. And at the moment, the trend really is reflecting a mixed picture as far as retailers are concerned. With camera person Kanan Patra, Sakshi Bajaj for NDTV. Hello and welcome. Wishing all our viewers a very happy Dhanteras and a very happy Diwali. Festive greetings really to all our viewers. And of course, to really decode the rush we are seeing on ground, the festive rush, we're joined by Harshish and Ashwin from Ultimate Diamonds. Thank you so much for your time. First, Harshish, to you, what are the festive trends we are seeing this Dhanteras and how is it different to what you witnessed last year?
I think gold is working well. All the gold coins, the silver coins, mostly gold and gold jewelry. I think because of the gold rate going only in one direction, I think the customer confidence is going up in gold. So
customer confidence, you believe, is going up, but many are, sort of saying that, look, maybe the high prices could dent sentiment, and maybe therefore some consumers are looking at more personalized options. So, do you agree, Ashwin?
Yeah, a lot of people are wearing a lot of these lightweight jewelry that is really coming up because it's very comfortable for everyday wear. Like a lot of people just come and they want this everyday workwear jewelry. So the lightweight stuff is back and gold jewelry in general is trending a lot. And people are feeling that today maybe they're buying gold at 80,000. Tomorrow it is appreciating a little more. So, it's just a very comfortable investment for them right now.
All right, so you're saying, so therefore they are looking at this, optimistically. But, if we have to look at the quick commerce and e-commerce trend that is really emerging, with coins being delivered within minutes now to your residence, how do you think that trend is impacting all of you at the retail stores this Dhanteras?
it's always been a very, the customers they're very conscious of where they're buying from and who they're buying from. I don't think it is, of course, it is going to impact. All the new e-commerce things will impact, but I'm still sure there's a lot of people who want to buy from you.
Yeah, jewelry is a lot about trust. So, people want to go to their trustworthy jeweler and go and pick it up from them. It's always there that they feel that, oh, we know you and we can pick it up from you. So that trust level always works with jewelry.
Yeah. Return it to the same person. It's always like that.
Right. So, as they said that, look, in India, jewelry really has been about, traditionally going to your family jeweler. Of course, this is not just the festive season. It's also, remember, now turning into the wedding season. And so, therefore, these personalized trends, as you heard, are emerging. You can, of course, see crowds at the retail stores, each one really looking at something personalized and something they really want on this auspicious occasion of Dhanteras. With camera person Kanan Patra, Sakshi Bajaj for NDTV.
Thank you so much, Sakshi, for getting us that festive vibe. Let's just switch tracks to Ayodhya now, where Deepotsav celebration is all set to create history with a bid to create a new Guinness Book of World Record by lighting 28 lakh diyas. The government of Uttar Pradesh has made large-scale preparations for the first Deepotsav in Ayodhya since the consecration ceremony of the Ram Temple, which was held in January this year. The police and administration have put in place massive security measures monitored by the Director General of Police for the celebrations. And to get more on this, we have my colleague Ranveer joining us. Ranveer, the Chief Minister of the state has invited everyone to participate in this historic Deepotsav in Ayodhya. The government is all set to attempt a new Guinness book. This is the new Guinness World Record by trying to light 25 lakh diyas in Ayodhya. And in another record attempt, 1,100 people are expected to perform Aarti together.
Yes, of course. Ayodhya is geared up and I am at Saryu Ghat, where the Deepotsav event will be held in the evening. And you can see these are the diyas will be lit in the evening time in presence of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. And this is Saryu Ghat, and just behind this, the Aarti will be performed in the evening at around 5 p.m. And you can see these are the volunteers. They are arranging the diyas, and at evening, when CM Yogi Adityanath will lit up the first diya, after that these volunteers will light this diyas, and around 28 lakh diyas are being set here, and out of them around 25 lakh will be shown on the ghats of Ayodhya, and this will be a Guinness Book of World Record another time, because Ayodhya is all set to break its own record. And you can see the decoration here. This is a arrangement of diyas, which is written Jai Shri Ram, and you can see the sign of swastik. So obviously this ghat and the volunteers, they are obviously very excited for today's event, because this is the first time after consecration ceremony of Bhagwan Ram's temple. So you can see these are only volunteers are allowed here at Ayodhya Ghat, none of the residents are allowed here because they may dismantle these arrangements. So only media and volunteers, they are invited here. And on the other hand, procession of jhankis are on the streets of Ayodhya, which started in the morning at around 10:30 a.m. in presence of Tourism Minister Jaivir Singh. So grand arrangement have been set up here, and obviously the people of Ayodhya, they are excited because of after the Pran Pratishtha event in January this year. This is the first Diwali, and people of Ayodhya is all set to welcome Bhagwan Ram, because Diwali is a festival when Bhagwan Ram returned from Lanka to Ayodhya, and the people of Ayodhya welcomed Bhagwan Ram in Treta Yuga, and this is an attempt to show what kind of visual was there in Treta Yuga, because the people of Ayodhya in the history, in the Treta Yuga, they welcomed Bhagwan Ram by lighting up diyas, and this is obviously an attempt, and this is an attempt to break Ayodhya's own record of lighting up 25 lakh diyas this time. So great excitement, and CM Yogi Adityanath will land here at 2:40, and after CM's arrival, the Deepotsav event will start. CM will do the Rajyabhishek of Bhagwan Ram, and then he will monitor the jhankis. After that, CM will be in Aarti, where 1100 people will be gathered for the Aarti ceremony, and after that Aarti, CM Yogi Adityanath will lit up the first diya, and after that these volunteers will start lighting up these diyas, and after the word record, there will be a laser show and obviously cracker show at the Ghat of Saryu. So this is the 8th time, and this is the first time when after the consecration ceremony, Ayodhya is all set to welcome its Ram Lala.
Right, Ranveer, when we talk about the counting process, there is a particular dimension. Each square area designated for the diyas must be 16 by 16 feet.
Yes, the representative of Guinness Book of World Record, they are here, and this is the arrangement. They have already counted the diyas, and you can see something written near the diyas, and every square feet, this will be counted by Guinness Book of World Record representatives. So this is the arrangement, and representatives have arrived 2-3 days back, and they are obviously counting these diyas, and after arrangement of 28 lakh diyas, around 25 lakh will lit up, and that will be a record. Last year it was 22 lakh 35,000 diyas, and now this is the attempt to lit up 25 lakh diyas. So representative of the Guinness Book of World Record, they are here, the volunteers are here, and the excitement is obviously here, because these volunteers, around 30,000 volunteers have been called for this grand arrangement, and both the side. I am standing at the Saryu Ghat, and you can see in the front, this is wherever possible the diyas have been set up, and the counting process was done since last 2 days, and now this is the time when you can see the volunteers are here for the grand event in the evening today.
Right, Ranveer, and in another record attempt, 1100 people will be performing Aarti together. So we will keep coming back to you for more on that. For now, we're slipping into a very short break.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.